Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my faithful cohort and internet superstar, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He wants me to eat gummy worms. So that's what I'm going to do. Yummy. Well anyway, it's Monday night. You know what that means? Time for some Raw. It's 24 hours after the chaotic events of Hell in a Cell. What kind of backlash are we looking at? And how will Triple H respond to it? I got my notes. Let's get started. Our first match, the Rapist, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Now, Jerry King Lawler is still not out there yet, but anyway, Randy and Drew put on a pretty good match, but still, who expects Drew McIntyre to actually go over on Randy Orton? So, Randy beats Drew like he stole something, owns him, 1, 2, 3, Randy wins. Out comes Mark Henry, and he is not very happy. He holds up the title, which kind of eggs on Randy Orton, who jumps out the ring and attacks him. John Laurinaitis comes out there with some help to try to separate him, but hell, it's the Viper and the world's strongest man. He ain't gonna get much done. So after that, Mark Henry stays in the ring because he has a match next against the sexy John Morrison. Oh, Morrison didn't deserve this. You know what's gonna happen. He basically it was a squash, plain and simple. John got some pretty impressive moves out, but it was no match. He got killed. Well, anyway, next up, the group that I have christened the Masters of Evil. Trust me, we've been doing this all night on the CBR, just likening certain members to certain Marvel villains and heroes. For the Masters of Evil, we have Cody Rhodes as Dr. Doom, of course, Dolph Ziggler as the Taskmaster, Jack Swagger as U.S. Agent, Alberto Del Rio as Baron Zemo, David Otunga as Purple Man, or as someone else said, Henry Peter Gyrick, and Christian as Loki, the trickster god, headed up by Vicky Guerrero as the Enchantress. Yes, that she is. Anyway, they air their grievances and say that Miz and R-Truth have filed a lawsuit against Triple H for assault. Triple H comes out and he says he doesn't give a damn about their lawsuit or Truth and Miz's lawsuit, and says that he expects them to fight instead of just whining like little bitches. I would say Trips came out looking like the heel in this, but he's opposite of Vicky Guerrero. Honestly, if you had Vicky Guerrero opposite of Saddam Hussein, she'd still get more boos. Next up, Kelly versus Natty and the new Women's Divas Champion, Beth Phoenix. This match ends in a foobar when female Cena, Kelly, snaps and just starts going apeshit on Beth Phoenix. Even as Divas Champion, they just have to make Kelly look stronger against Beth. Jinder Mahal comes out, spouting some of that Punjabi garbage that he usually says, and then out comes a returning Santino Marella. As Cole states, he was out because he was in a major car accident where he suffered a separated shoulder. So he's back and he speaks in faux Punjabi garbage. So the two of them have an impromptu match, Yahtzee. Next match, Jinder Mahal versus Santino Marella. Total squash match. Jinder goes down to the Cobra, 1, 2, 3, Santino wins. I would say this was a squash, but Jinder's not really important enough, or at all, to verify a squash. So next up, the Awesome Truth comes out with their own video apologizing to the WWE Universe and putting all the blame squarely on Triple H. Next up, 12-man tag, the Masters of Evil versus the Avengers Avengers! John Cena as Captain America, CM Punk as Iron Man, Sheamus as the Celtic God of Thunder, Thor, Kofi Kingston as Black Panther, Evan Bourne as Spider-Man, and Mason Ryan as the Hulk. Mason Smash. This was the longest match of the night, and I had to say the most entertaining. It was just an all or nothing 12-man tag team match, which was pretty great. Everyone got a chance to shine in this match, and everyone was putting in finishing moves. We went through at least 2 or 3 commercial breaks, so it was like 20, 30 minutes long. It was a very long match, and I very much enjoyed it. The end comes when it is the Celtic God of Thunder, Sheamus, who picks up the win. So, next up, earlier, Triple H was confronted by Johnny Laurinaitis and said that tonight he wants a vote of confidence from the entire WWE faculty and staff, or whatever. So, after that match, the entire WWE staff, including the wrestlers from both SmackDown and Raw, the Divas from SmackDown and Raw, and some NXT people. I saw Chocolate Cena out there. Thought he was dead. But anyway, the referees, the timekeepers, everyone was out to the ring. Trips comes out, and he says that he wants to hear personally what their personal grievances are. Old Marblemouth Wade Barrett says that there's so much chaos around that he's afraid to go out because he's afraid of getting jumped. Trips counters and says that didn't Wade Barrett a year and a half ago lead a group to ultimately terrorize and attempt to bring down the entire WWE? Then we get another voice from Mike Chioda, the senior official on staff. He says that in the 23 years he's been officiating, he says that the chaos has never been higher, and with refs being attacked left and right, he's not sure if they should come in to work or not. Next up, Beth Phoenix, representing the Divas, says that she's scared that the Divas are something going to happen to them. Then Jerry the King Lawler comes out. He says that while he believes CM Punk that there is a conspiracy, that someone is pulling the strings trying to screw with Triple H and his run as COO, but still he hasn't been able to handle the chaos very well. And so Christian leads the wrestlers in saying they have no confidence. Mike Chioda follows, no confidence. The Divas, no confidence. And Jerry the King Lawler makes it unanimous, no confidence. So with that, Jerry Lawler says that actions speak louder than words, and he leads a walkout. First it's just him, then the Masters of Evil, but soon everyone, from the heels to the faces, the timekeepers to the referees, even Booker from Michael Cole, of course, walking out, to Booker T. Everyone walked out on Triple H. Until it was only Jim Ross. Jim Ross seemed like he was having a hard time trying to come up with a decision, but in the end, he chose to walk out as well, leaving Triple H all alone in the ring with the fans. Then Johnny Ace comes out, shakes his head, and he walks out. So effectively, the WWE has come to a grinding, significant halt, leaving only with Triple H holding the bag. The WWE has no confidence in its chief operating officer. And so, Raw ends with Triple H alone in the ring. My thoughts? This show was a mixed bag for me. There were many squash matches that didn't need to happen, with Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal and John Morrison all getting squashed. The Divas match was a total foobar and did no favors for Beth Phoenix or Natalya, for that matter. A friend of mine, Legato, a loyal watcher of this show and a good friend of mine, keeps reminding me that this isn't about building Natalya as champion, but it's about building Kelly Kelly as a wrestler. So I'm forced to believe him that they're sacrificing one great wrestler for a lousy one who can't run the ropes. But I will say I enjoyed the 12-man tag match. Mark Henry did put on a great promo, and I kind of enjoyed the segment I kind of enjoyed the ending with the walkout. So showing that while a lot of them while the faces do have faith in him, they know that things have not been good in the WWE. I mean, we know it's pretty tame because we've seen chaos before. Remember the McMahon-Helmsley era? That was crazy. But yeah, that was a pretty emotional moment, especially since JR was the last one to walk out, and that's saying something when JR walks out. It reminds you, JR and Booker were strong advocates that Triple H was doing a good job, so that says something. But anyway, that's my thoughts. And now, on to the special segment, the D-Cell Battery Award. D-Cell Battery Award goes to Kelly. Once again, why do they have to push this Barbie doll bimbo? I mean, okay, she's sure pretty good in the ring, but she's bland. There's nothing I want to get behind her for. In terms of in-ring skill, Beth and Natalya blow her out of the water. Hell, Eve Torres blows her out of the water. And she can't run the fucking ropes. And yet they make her look like an insane bitch who can suddenly take Beth Phoenix in a fight. I don't believe it. So, Kelly, I'm going to hit you in the head with D-Cell Battery. And that's my thoughts on Raw. Tune in this Thursday when I review TNA Impact. The countdown to the boycott and my Bound for Glory continue, as James Storm must now face his toughest challenge to date, facing his longtime tag partner. Not James. Robert Roode will have to face his longtime tag partner James Storm. And is Hogan's retirement for real? And more importantly, who gives a fuck? So until then, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe, saying goodnight and wrestle on.